Hey y'all are tuned in with Weird Jersey Magazine. My name is Melissa and I have here Darkside Industries. I have here Daryl, Red Eyes 47, Mellow, Kells, and Alvi the Skywalker, the man with the plan. Hey you guys.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? What's going on with you guys?
Chilling.
Always chilling.
Mellow.
Here's Mellow, right?
Mellow, man.
We happy to be here for sure.
For sure, happy to have you guys here. So I want to get to know you guys a little bit more. I want to go around the room, and I want to just, introduce you guys as well. We have here Daryl. He's a singer-songwriter. Let's hear a little bit about your story. How did you get into music and becoming a songwriter and a singer?
As you said, my name is Daryl. I'll start by saying my birth name is Raekwon, and people, they meet me, be like, oh, Raekwon, yeah, I know what your mother was thinking. I'm like, yeah. Ironically, I'm more of a Ghostface fan. I just like to say that. But I've been singing since I was about 4 years old. My mom sings. I come from entertainment music. That was just what I was born in. So from a very early age, I knew that this was what I wanted to do.
So it's like your destiny, kind of.
I would say so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the Walker, like that to Jodeci and stuff like that. But like I said, I've been singing since I was 4. Around when I was around 14, my great grandfather, he had passed away. Me and him had a real tight knit relationship, and I was going through I'm from North, so my dad was incarcerated. He had been living. My great grandfather had been living with us at the time, so he became a father figure that I needed at the time. I was getting in trouble at school. My grandmother was taking my mother's side. My twin brother, he doesn't talk to this day, so you know what I mean. I felt alone, and when my grandfather passed away, I began writing in a journal, and writing once a day turned to, just writing full-fledged songs. And like I say, I just decided to start putting the rhythm behind it, and that's how you have it now.
And now you're a whole vocalist songwriter.
Yeah, it wasn't always easy though. I'm pretty much self-taught. I went to sounding like Michael Jackson to Curtis Jackson. But I'm comfortable where I am now. I can get better, but I'm pretty good now. So yeah.
Okay.
Puberty and stuff like that.
Ain't that a bitch, huh?
It was alright.
Yeah. So Red Eyes, how about you? You're an artist.
Yeah, I'm an artist. So let me take you back to 2003, right?
Okay.
It was my first communion. Yeah, my first communion, and I got a gift. GameCube, the first game I got, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, right?
Okay.
There's a stage, the Knuckle stage. He has a song in the background, his theme song. It's just for this one stage, Pumpkin Hill. I ain't gonna let him get to me, I'm just gonna creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's there. That shit changed my life. I swear that the whole that his whole soundtrack, ill. And I literally used to play the game just so I could listen to that shit, So a few years down the line, playing RuneScape, I'm listening to What the Game's Been Missing, Joel Santana. Listening to Lupe Fiasco, listening to Linkin Park, just a bunch of different stuff. That's what I'm saying, just press 333 to be my GF type shit. But so
and that's something we talked about too. Drawing inspiration for the games.
Exactly, the games. Now it's just I feel like music's always kind of been there. So I always have it. I always had that rhythm. Because I'm always listening to it no matter what I'm doing. I'm working, I'm listening to music, whatever. So eventually it just turned to me just having my own ideas, getting them out there, and then just putting it out.
Right.
And eventually, I was never really scared to show it when I performed. But it's weird, it's different when I'm showing people firsthand. I would rather just perform it than yeah, listen to this,
Yeah.
But because a lot of the energy more is when I perform, and that's where I met
right.
a lot of the people around the room.
So you're just more for performing, that's what
yeah. I just love it, just getting out there, getting frustrations out, anything and it's just having fun, like, because you meet like so many cool people. There's like so
getting
much
the crowd hype and all that.
Exactly, and then like when they like know, like especially when they know the lyrics, like going it back. So you know, it's always just been a part of me, and I've been through like I've been it for a minute, you know, like since like 2010 and at least. So at this point, I've been through like a couple of groups, and where I'm at now, I finally feel like, you know, I'm ready to like really get it to where it's more of like a business aspect. Right. Obviously, we need to make a living, you know. Of course. Stimmies ain't gonna hold you down forever. We But yeah, so you know, we're just out here trying to get it, pretty much.
Most definitely. And since you said business, perfect segue, because we have Kells here, who's more behind the scenes.
Right. So yeah, like you said, I'm more behind the scenes. This whole Darkside thing has been like a decade or so in the making. I met Alvi back in high school. I met Daryl back when I was in high school. It started off where me, a couple other gentlemen that aren't here, we started putting beats together because this music has always been a part of us. You know, this guy, catching him in the hallways, cutting class, headphones on, you might catch him in the backroom just vibing.
Just to listen to music. No other activities. I will cut it just to listen to music. Oh, what came out? You won't see me in class.
Word. So, that's not telling you how to cut class though. Right?
So from that, you know, us always listening to things like Tribe, and at that time, I think Cudi and all these other artists that everybody probably listens to now. Like we were just had like a smorgasbord of all different types of artists we listened to. And from that, me and some, you know, a couple other friends, we started putting beats together. We started messing around with the Fruity Loops. From that, you know, I had a devastating event happen to me. A couple years down the line, my hard drive, the USB port poked in, and I had so many beats on it. It was just like trying to get it fixed. They said, oh, they could get everything erased, and I didn't want to take that chance, but really took me away from making beats. But I still was into the music, and business has always been something in the back of my mind, something I always wanted to get into, but not necessarily just for the business aspect as far as making money and, you know, trying to sustain a living, which is, you know, part of it, but the creation aspect. And I think that was the whole drive behind making music, because there was no real way for us to have an outlet of expression, especially not as, you know, a kid in high school. You don't got a lot of money, you can't buy a lot of equipment. But Fruity Loops, you could download that thing, you know, we mess around, and that's where, you know, we fast forward, that's where we get to now, where I'm more of the help pushing along the plan that this man put together and the structure of forming this coalition or so, you know, you would call us, this community as Darkside Industries.
Okay. So just the executor, go ahead. Then we have here Mellow, as mellow as ever.
Yeah, just chilling. But yeah, Mellow Mark by way of Jamaica Plain, Massachusetts, East Orange, New Jersey. The music's just been with me my whole life. Like I said, between my father being a DJ, my aunt, you know, cleaning the house, listening to Mary J. Blige and Anita Baker and a whole bunch of different things. I've been rocking out with making beats since 2011. Me and my boy found Mike, you know, back in East Orange, right on Park Street, right in the basement. You know, that's where it started. He needed beats. He wasn't trying to pay for, you know, the YouTube beats, you know, because he couldn't afford it. So I had the computer, so I was just like, fuck it, let me.
Just do it myself.
And then once I got started, I downloaded the Fruity Loops, and like everything at that point, it just felt natural. You know, I didn't really. That's when I was making original beats. You know, I didn't get into artist sampling yet. The sampling I kind of got a little bit later, like maybe 2012, 2013. I started getting the and that's when I felt like, I'm like, yo, I can actually do this shit. And you know, and then you know, we had a little group, the Dope World Ninja Mafia. That was us.
Bang.
And we used to have conversations, and it was just like, yo, my boy Love Mansui, shout out to my boy Love. He was just like, yo, everybody in this basement right now is gonna fucking eat. He said that everything just stopped when he said that. It seemed like everything just froze. And it was just like, yo, you know, me and my boy Mike, we were sitting talk about it. It was like, yo, we could really do this shit. And I've been rocking ever since then.
Okay. And then last but certainly not least, we have 47.
Yeah, so with the music, just been around it all my life too, like, from growing up in a church and everything. You know, you gotta be around you. It's like 80% music, 20% prayer. So starting from that, you know, I guess it's just been in the background. When I was in high school, we used to be freestyling. So I used to be banging on the tables, you know, humming and everything, beatboxing. So I started taking the music seriously, I guess, when I got in college. Basically, I started seeing, like, you know, I was more on the sampling music, making loops and everything. But then I started seeing, like, I kind of want to make my own beats. I'm seeing people are, like, really pushing me to do it. So people are like, yo, your beats is hard, just do that. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I started doing it, you feel me? I'm selling beats at this point. Like, I know people who've been making beats for years and never sold a beat. So within the first year, I'm making beats, you know, I'm selling stuff, getting a nice little placement. So I'm like, maybe this might be, you know, something I'm actually good at. So I started doing that. And then, pretty much I'm here, like, honestly still working because it's like, I have so many years worth of stuff in my brain to get out. So that's pretty much it, bro. That's what I do all day.
And so hungry too.
That's it.
And then we have Alvi the Skywalker.
Yeah.
He is literally every hat. And the glue to Darkside Industries. So let's hear a little about yourself. How did you get into music?
Well, I'm Alvi the Skywalker, no relation. Feel me? I got started with music out of frustration of not being able to create motion pictures, you know, realistically. I wanted to create my whole life. You know, Kells knows I used to paint in high school. I used to paint people's sneakers, design them or whatever. I used to draw in my rooms. Sit there listening to music or whatever. I used to write scripts, and I would look at them and not be able to do much with it. I would go to school. I was minoring in film or whatever, and still wasn't able to do anything. It wasn't like how it is today, where everything was so much tangible. You could just grab a camera and go, or grab your phone and go. Or maybe at least I overthought it, but nevertheless, luckily I had some homies who were already, you know, diving deep into music. And everybody knows I love music, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to, like I said, I would skip class just to hear what was going on. Not streaming, I would go buy. I would literally leave and go buy whatever was popping, and think just to go walk around. To be honest, don't care. But nevertheless, the homies introduced me to actually creating music. So I took myself away and came back when I learned with a whole project. I took the idea of making a film and was like, you know, don't. I'm not trying to compare it to a film because, you know, relatively speaking, it might be booty then, but I put something together that I was able to show the homies, and it was tangible, and I was like, I'm in love. From then on, we went outside, and I connected me to all these fellas here. My cousin, number one, he's a part of like the molding of my imagination. You know, him, his twin brother, and our other cousins, we were watching the same movies. I was able to watch a horror movie, go play it at their house, and then go watch Menace at their house, and then play Bone Thugs, and then go play Biggie, go play Tupac. Whatever we was playing at the time, we were soaking and molding each other together as little ones. And then as a teenager, I was able to do it with this gentleman here. You know what I'm saying? So they're definitely a part of my whatever process. Ricky, I met on stage. Just as much as he loves performing, I love performing. I love giving you what I was packaging, you know, and he matches that energy. I love seeing him perform. I'm in the front, you feel me? Mellow, we have a very intimate music making relationship, man. I could paint whatever picture that needs to be painted on his production. And we met outside as well, just being in the mud together, doing shows all throughout Newark and all throughout Jersey, just being in the mud, bro. I love this guy. And 40, this the nigga. Like, this is my mans. This is the guy. This is the guy right here. So to put it plain and simple, his energy, I needed to respect. We had a meeting. He came in and he completely switched the room up. He was like, "Bust it. This what we gonna do. Feel me?" And he started going off on his whole little plan, and I could tell that it wasn't based on just it wasn't based on just it was based with some type of knowledge.
Right.
You know, outside of the passion and everything, this is a smart guy here. And then he played the beats. Then I heard the tag, and then I heard the
goddamn 47.
Goddamn 47. And then I heard his music, and I was like, nah. And then since then, we just been building. The first day that he met me, he was trying to do business. That bust it. That was him saying, "This is my business proposal," and we've been rocking since that day.
Still waiting for a verse.
Yeah, let us get. You know what I mean?
Like we said earlier, there's a demand, you gotta supply. Right?
That's literally how it is. That's what got me here. That's what
It
got us
is
to
what got
Darkside
you
now.
here.
Sure. Pretty much, I'm pretty sure that has something to do with all our stories. Like supply and demand. It's a real thing. So.
Yeah.
Always. So we got to hear a little bit about, you know, how this community came about. Why entrust Alvi the Skywalker to be the man to, you know, just lead Darkside? I'll go ahead and start with you, Daryl.
First and foremost, that's big bro, that's family. You know, we came up together. But to be honest, like when I started making music, it's three people I think about when I started making music. It's my cousin Daryl. He was the first person to teach me that I can sing on songs and not just sing in the room. He got me out of like my shell. Then you have Ginger Ritchie, who's another family member. She taught me that she kind of helped mold me in the sense of giving me confidence on believing what I'm saying. And then when I touched back bases with Alvi, he taught me how to make music. He taught me that we can literally create whatever the hell we want to make, and it's no boundary, we boundless, you know what I'm saying? It's no box. So you take that, and then I've got to see he's always been a leader, but I've got to see, like, I tell him, like, it's cool when you get to, like, you don't automatically, you like to fuck with people because you fuck them because they're your family, you fuck with them. But I think I said fuck them. But yeah, you fuck with them. But it was cool to, like, actually be a fan of this guy and see his maturation process as a man and as an artist, and not have to even have it as a thought to associate it, just like feel like I have to do it because we're related. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's nobody who I trust. Like, the same way I trust him, I appreciate how he trusts me. And like, if we get more on tour, like, he knows, like, I haven't always been like the easiest to like work with, like with personal issues and shit. I'm cool to work with, but it's getting me there that at times was like a process. So I appreciate how he's always just like saved that spot for me, and always let me know that, like, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do with this shit. So I appreciate it, and like that.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Everything is always heartbeats.
Well, that's so heartfelt. Like, even that's quiet. Like, wow, right? How about you, Red Eyes?
Yeah, nah, for me, so like, you know, as you mentioned how we met through the stage, you know, I always appreciate when someone can just like genuinely go to you and be like, yo, I fuck with your music, like, straight up. Because if I fuck with your shit, like, I don't care who you are, like, I'm going right up to you like, yo, dap up, that shit was fire, nice, you know? And just from that, like, you know, usually that doesn't do much,
Right.
but like in the case for Alvi, he's just like a one-of-a-kind, genuine kind of person, bro.
Right.
Like, he's just like, if he knows, like, if he sees something in you, you know, he's going out there and he's making you tap in. Because honestly, like, he really like drives me to do more. Like, he'd be on something like, yo, like, I got this plan, like, this is what we're doing. I'm like, oh shit, all right, well, okay, bet. And then like, got right into it, you know? Like, for example, like, you know, we're doing the whole website, and then it's like different sections for like all of our pages. And just one of the main things that like I've recently started getting into is like writing light novels. It's like I said, I love, like, you know, anime and all that kind of stuff. So like just thinking about like kind of different stories and just like writing them, I wanted to like incorporate that into like the website, you know, put like chapters there so people can go and see like what I'm writing and whatnot. And it just like, he drives me to do that because like he's like, yo, the website's almost done. I'm like, well, shit, I gotta get to writing now. You know? Like, so, you know, I just fuck with his vision, bro. He's like I said, genuine guy. So there's not that many people like that. So I commend you for all your efforts and everything, bro. My fucking guy.
100%.
Darkside shit, bro.
100%.
How about you, 47?
So, like he said, energy was there from day one. You know, I came inside the house, I met Alvi, I met everybody, and he's talking about how I came in the house and put my foot down. I could tell, before I even seen him walk in other rooms, I could just tell when he walks in rooms, he brings that energy, you know what I mean? And maybe it is because we're like a week apart in birthdays or something. He might be like, you know
Yo, Mellow
what
too, chill out.
Oh,
Mellow too,
really?
what's going on?
yeah, you know what I mean? Since day one, we hit it off. Energy's been there. Even with Mellow, that's what I'm saying. As much as he's saying they have like the same connection, like there's a tape that's coming soon. You feel me? And then let me just say one of the songs, you'll feel me. So at the end of the day, let's remain back on Alvi here. So at the end of the day, once I met him, you know, the energy was there, everything was there, and like he said, I was with the business. And my whole thing is I love effort, I love drive. I do not care about what you have, I just care about what you can give and what you want from something. So at the end of the day, there's a bunch of friends and rappers I have who could do the streaming, who could do everything, but when we talk about linking, when we talk about working, for me it takes months to even get them on a beat or something. It takes months to do anything. But you feel me? He's like they said, he drives like his drive is crazy. Like he doesn't care to double text you if it's something that a lot of people won't do that. A lot of people have pride. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we're here, just been working since day one. That's really it.
And you, Mellow?
Well, pretty much a little bit what everybody said. I think it's something that we all could agree on. Like his drive, like it always made me work harder. Like that, like every time that it was like, yo, you make mad beats. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to keep up with. Because his work ethic is ridiculous, man. It's crazy, and it's something I always respected from something I always respected from this man. And like I said, we've been through the mud. We doing different shows around Newark, doing shows anywhere we possibly could. We was there. We was right. And like I said, he was one of the dudes that he came up to me like, yo, this shit's fire, straight to the point. And I'm like, yo, and then I peeped one of his sets, and I'm like, yo, this dude can really like. I'm like, yeah, we can rock out. And like I said, any time I'm rocking out with this. Anything that he got going on, I'm with it. That's how it goes.
And how about you, Kells?
I mean, first off, this is my guy. This is my man. This is my brother. Just because that, if he say, yo, let's get something going, I'm gonna be behind it.
Rent a spoon.
Word. But to echo with the rest of the room saying, there's very few people that you could go through your phone list of that have the work ethic and the enthusiasm to actually push something forward. And that's like it's a valuable thing for anybody to have, because if you come to somebody with something, they're gonna give you a real answer. They're gonna if you put work onto somebody, they're gonna do it and do it thoroughly and make sure they check all boxes when they do it. And just from a business standpoint, like, you don't find that, and not that you don't find it, it's very hard to find. It's a very rare quality. And just for the fact that I know him, and we got the relationship that we do, being brothers basically, and seeing him grow up with me, and you just, it's like a no-brainer. Like, yo, if he say, yo, this is the plan, this is how I want to execute it. For one, you probably won't even get a plan like that from anybody, because he's going to give it to you step by step for the next 17 months, like that. And
for the next 17 months.
I gotta go with it. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that he is the right person to lead this kind of, this community.
All right.
That's it, plain and simple.
No pressure.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Can I say something to that?
Yeah,
that was a lot. That was a lot, hearing so much about myself. But all of what these gentlemen are speaking to was what I was raised from and of. my elders, my grandparents, one was an elder who's passed on, made transition, another who's still present. They used to have these cookouts, and they used to have these. My grandfather used to play ball with his same set of friends every Sunday for decades, into his 50s practically. But in between those Sundays, in the summers, he would take those guys and their families and their kids, and not just him, they would all collectively come together and go on trips. And then at my actual home where I live with my grandparents, he would have these big outs. They would have these extremely big cookouts with family and friends, and some people I did not recognize, but it was always a sense of community. You know, everybody was loved, everybody was, offered seconds. My friends were offered seconds, and that's what I want to bring to the table. Everybody has importance, and everybody eats twice.
So, right. And why this talent here? Why this talent that we have here?
So genuinely speaking, there's a bunch of us. You know what I'm saying? There's also 2 members who couldn't make it today. And even outside of them, there are affiliates. There's a larger family. Those are the people who are at the cookout. You know, these guys are in the house with me right now. We're preparing all the food. We're making sure everything is tight. We're keeping all that shit warm. We got the dessert in the motherfucking freezer. Shout out to my...
We really in this cookout, like...
You know what I'm saying? I promise you, in the spirit of my elder.
Yeah.
So, these guys, I have a very get in where you fit in mentality. You know what I'm saying? We can make everything work as long as we move lateral and forward. You take care of yourself, you move forward. You know what your brothers got going on, and your sisters as well. You passing. Everybody move forward, collectively growing the community. And these are the guys I'm starting it with. This is the origin point. There's always multiple beginnings, but this is the origin point of what we're talking about.
Right. So what can we expect that's coming out for Darkside Industries? A lot. Let's start with you, 47.
I don't know individually, so I don't know about them individually.
Nah, just tell me about you.
Oh, okay, yeah, just about me. Well, I have some projects on the way. I would say some because, like I said, I'm a producer / artist whenever I want to. So I have some
low-key flex, right?
Some producing tapes coming out. Yeah, the whole year is going to be flooded. 2021 is looking like a flood year for sure for me. So that's for sure.
For sure. Well, we're excited to see what you got coming to the table. We're excited to see what you got cooking.
I am too.
Goddamn 4-7.
How about you, Mellow? What can we expect from you?
Probably beat tapes. You know, I got a lot of work to get in. You know, a lot more work to get in. You know, with these fellas. Got a couple beat tapes from my boy Savage Savior.
Shout out to Savior.
Shout out to yo, definitely yo. Shout out to Savior Savior, yo. That's my guy. But now, other than that, yeah, just trying to build as much as I can with this group.
Okay.
You know,
Mellow's crazy. Mellow's crazy.
I'm trying to keep up with y'all.
And on to the other artists, we have Red Eyes. What else? What can we expect from you?
Right now, I got a couple things I'm working on. Funny enough, I'm about to have a new project jumping out because what I'm doing is I'm dropping like 3 songs every month kind of situation. So last month on the 1st, I dropped This Is Not a Joke, April Fools. That shit's out streaming now.
Yeah, they ain't good though.
Check it.
For May, I'm dropping New Beginnings, and my man 47 made the tape. You know, so we out here. He's out on the last one too, actually. So. And then, you know, we have mad work together. Alvi's gonna be on this tape, and it's like I said, it's just like quick 3-track things. Every month, I'm just trying to do that, you know, just to get a lot of stuff out because I have a lot of backlog at the moment. So, you know, I'm just trying to clean it all up and then just.
Right, gotcha.
And then I'm also on the side. I'm working on a collaboration tape at the studio that I record at, Not a Media Group in Roselle. Go check that shit out.
Definitely.
I'm working with my friend S. Dot and PJ, and we're working on a collab tape called Red Energy, and that's gonna come out in the summer. That shit is fire. PJ is we call him Beyonce because he be singing, you know.
He just be singing.
And then S. He's like a genius, man. Like literally, like
He's awesome.
We literally did this whole project in like a week, kind of. Cause
Wow.
We the studio was open because the main producer went to go record an album, and then so we just had the whole thing just play around with. So he went in, literally just made a beat on the spot. We wrote a song on the spot. Next. Did a beat, wrote a song, next. Did that like 8 times.
Wow.
Branding to the music, y'all about to see an uptick in all of that. So, you know, it's coming. It's coming.
And how about you, Alvi?
Most importantly, foundation to work with the family. Outside of the gentlemen who are here right now, Kush is currently working on a project, Cushy Quay. And then Easy is about to just flood with onslaught of singles. I'm kind of on the inside of the fellas in their projects, just seeing what's going out or whatever. So I'm super interested in that. I have tons of inventory, but the main focus is the fellas going on. And if you do care for the music, me and Mellow have something super duper important coming this year for your grandkids. For your grandkids, you feel me?
Grandkids.
You feel me?
Yeah,
Setting
for
Darkside
your
merch.
grandkids.
You know what I'm saying? Darksidindustries.net.
I got that.
You know what I'm saying? Plenty music coming. Plenty music coming. Don't worry about me. I got y'all. If y'all fuck with the kid, I got y'all. Trust and believe.
He just did some ill shit last night.
I am.
100%.
And Kells, wearing the business hat. You're not supposed to be managing and all of this, right?
Well, everybody pretty much manages themselves. You know?
Okay.
But as far as where to find all the work, like how we just said, darksidindustries.net. It's going to be, besides the musical projects, we plan on adding some other forms of media on there, possibly a podcast. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but that's where you'll be able to find everything, and that's where we're starting from. Darksidindustries.net. You know where to find us. Our contact information is on there. Like I said.
And y'all heard it here. We are Jersey Magazine. Again, we have Floor 7, Mellow, Kells. We have Daryl, Red Eyes, and the man with the plan, Alvi the Skywalker.
Yeah.
Again, my name is Melissa, and make sure y'all tap in and make sure y'all follow everything that Darkside Industries puts out.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We are Jersey. We are Jersey. We are Jersey.